This is that flower, it belongs to this category, but its fragrance is brilliant, or it has a quality about it. Like, I'll give you one example. Sorry, do you want to go sit down? So, I'll give you one example. I'd always read so much about Kadamba flower, which in the Gangetic belt has a very big role. It also is very spiritually, a lot of qualities are attributed to the tree. Krishna loves to be under the tree. Devi Lalita loves the tree's flowers. She's compared to that flower. She wears the flower and so on. So I wanted to have this flower grown in our garden in Hyderabad. So I took the sapling, planted it. It took its own time. And when it bloomed, it was such a joy. The pictures were circulated among all our relatives and so on. But I learned something in the process. Bats are the creatures which pollinate Kadamba flowers. And we had no bat in my area. So the flower could never get pollinated. But it was an interesting fact that I got to know. So that's the kind of thing I'm asking you to do. Take a walk, breathe fresh air, or do something, but apply your mind to it. You want to be at home, then do some cooking in the house. You go into the kitchen, you do your own favorite dish. A lot of stress comes out of you once you do it. That is the cathartic effect things can have. So, Divya, you're good that you asked me this question, but I think you can spend a lot of time with yourself asking this, or go around walking, look at the positive things around, and you have a purpose in life. Identify it. We all need that purpose to be served, so we need to succeed.
Act as a catalyst in the economic growth of a nation. So, what strategies do you think are essential so that education plays a significant role in the economic growth of India?
Yes, certainly I was believing it, and Prime Minister Modi's strongest message is to the youth, saying, come forward, learn, get yourself skilled. And if you're going to employ yourself, in the sense you're going to start something like a startup, the government is with you. And today's economy largely depends on the newer, youth-driven, new economy. The kind of innovations which are coming in. So yes, the answer is an all-round yes.
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Cabinet of India for the various honorary achievements throughout the years. Thank you. And ma'am, what would be your advice to the youth of India for managing our finances for our mental wellness in future?
This is absolutely critical. You know, even the ocean depends on the drops which come from the rain. The ocean depends for the rivers which go and drain themselves into the ocean. So even if you, at the point in time of placement after your degree, even if you're going to have a crore rupee check given to you, your financial planning is absolutely critical. And you don't need to wait for you to get that 1 crore. I was going to say, the next mic will go there. So don't worry, you don't have to come this side. You can be there and I will have the microphone for you. So, financial planning is a critical thing, and little trickles, even as you have your scholarship or whatever fund with which you're studying, little trickle be put aside. We were all told when we were young, your first expenditure should be saving. Your first expenditure should be saving or for saving. So put aside money and then start spending. Saving is a very important.
Thank you.
For some reason, take up a paid job. The education that you have acquired with your talent and skill, and some help from the family, major help from the family, some help from the government, you can set a new path for this country. In my childhood, and I'm sure your professors will also say, there was nothing else except for you study, look for jobs. Today's India is not that. You can start something and give 10 other people jobs, You can within a couple of years leave that and go for a different one and try your innovative skills. You're the best in the world. Studying in IIT is the best thing. Every minister with whom in the G20 or in the bilateral that I talk, who come from the Western developed economy, say, what do you do with your young? My God, they are bright, they are dedicated. They come from fantastic institutions. India has so many of them. So that's the kind of recognition that you all have. And many of them are now wanting to come back to India saying that's the best place to be. I'm not doing a PR here. India is actually the best place to be because it's blooming now with so many people. So go if you want. Go if you wish. Only to come back. And I will not play upon the duty aspect as much as your own well-being aspect. Duty of course, yes, इस देश के लिए हम वापस कुछ करना चाहिए, बिल्कुल करना चाहिए. It's no good we go sit and watch Swadesh and have a tear in the eye. The chap is given haldi, the chap is given soil and with that nice box, and the girlfriend gives it to him, so he's all the more emotional. So he comes back. अरे नहीं यार, वो सब भी ठीक है, but come back. Action is here. Action is here, and from here you can see the whole world. And there are no just limited stereotypes. You can do a drone for the agriculture. You can give the best of drones for the army in its borders. Or you can set up, I know the director was telling me that 3 different colleges have been merged to become IIT. And I was fascinated to know that there is a pharmaceutical, what is it called? Engineering. You're looking at such wonderful devices which you can manufacture. The world wants it now. So there's so much to do. Come back, even if you go.
Thank you. Is affected by the journalists and the press conferences. They affect us in your position, definitely. So, ma'am, normally I've seen many press conferences. They say, you're not done this for the people of India, you're not done that. But with all the effort that you have done for this country, and they say you're not done anything, how does it feel and how do you cope up with that? And how do you shoot your idea through this membrane to reach all the people of India?
You know, that's a very, practically very, very frustrating initially. When we were in the opposition, I was the spokesperson for my party. It used to be like, gosh, we're banging our head against a dead wall, it doesn't respond, and so on. But subsequently, when you became the government, you know, let me again go back to giving you an example. She's no more Benazir Bhutto. I used to, being in India before going to UK, watch her because she was speaking in the Oxford University Union as a, probably she was elected representative or something. What a debate, she would just speak like that. But after she became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, she used to be very cautious about what she was speaking. And carefully chosen words, sometimes mumbling, sometimes not audible. And I used to wonder what's happened. And I'm taking her name, but then it is true of many others also. So once when you're in the opposition, you have that liberty to smash, talk like that, found the people in the government. But once you're in the government, you have other constraints. You're speaking on behalf of Government of India. You're a minister in the Government of India. So you have to be extremely cautious. And people get disappointed saying, hey, you spoke so much, that's like, now this coming this side, you're not able to. That's a second obstacle. The third, this is, I've said even in the media, there are some in the media who are very sound in the sense they do their homework. They come with proper understanding of the issue. And when they ask you a question and when you answer it, it benefits the listeners, be they citizens or be they other media houses. So that frustration initially, later it has now come to, at least for me, I realized that I need to be even more informed, at least for the sake of those few in the media who meaningfully ask you a good question, and it benefits the rest of them. It changes the atmosphere of the entire press conference.
Thank you. I have to take a black pill.
The change now is in the political arena. We've given it in the rule during Prime Minister Narasimha Rao's time. Panchayat Raj was given, and therefore the rural areas women have got elected. What was given as 30% reservation has now gone up to 50% in some states. Now, if that is done for the panchayats, it's not done for the assembly and it's not done for the parliament. That's what has come through now. You may have this allegation that, oh, it's not happening in 24 election. Legitimately, it cannot be done for the 24 election because before every election, you need to have constituencies redrawn through a delimitation process. And for a delimitation process, you need the census figure. And because of COVID, 2020 census was not undertaken. It will be undertaken in 24. Post that, quickly the delimitation can happen, and at the next election, you can have that women's reservation come.
Once again, we'll reserve your question.
Yes. How it's affecting mental health? Now questions about sustainability because it consumes so much power. I mean, it's not, I hope there's no media here, or I hope you are not sending messages to the media, but even if you do, I want to explain myself. I'm not taking a position as Minister, Government of India, to say, no, it consumes so much power, so it cannot be. No, it is affecting mental health, so it cannot be. I'm not saying any of that. And that's where my request is. We need to have a balance in life. You may be tech students. For your education purpose, you need to be before a screen for a long time. But do make it a point to get out of that and observe people around you. Walk around in the parks, watch the trees, watch the pet animals. Don't completely confine yourself only to the screen. As regards crypto, blockchain, we've openly, Government of India has openly said we are not against technology. But as to how these crypto assets are going to be created, maintained, regulated, we are working together with other countries to see, because it's technology driven, we need to have a comprehensive, across the countries, some kind of a template to regulate. That's where it is.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll have the
Upskiller and so on. So we are bringing in also incentives to companies to make sure that women's presence is there. So all these, I'm just giving it in brief, should address this issue of women to feel confident that even if they were to be single parent, they will still have equal position in the society.
Thank you.
I want to know how many of you are singing. One person. How many of you all do something like gardening or collecting coins or having a stamp album, or you have some other pursuit? 10. Okay, 20. No, I'm not counting. Only this many. How many of you all can write in your mother tongue? Wow. What? Write what? Mama, send me something made at home. Papa, I need more money. That? Or write meaningful and submit it to your dad. I don't want to read it because it involves me. But for the sake of a meeting like this with whoever, for that to get an input as to how you received it and what can be better. At least 50 of you, I don't know what number I said a minute ago, but 50 of you, please write a 500-word piece in your respective mother tongue and please submit.
पे क्या